a lot of you now have seen the announcement that I am going to be working as an adjunct professor. So I'm going to be over at the University of New Haven. And how that all came about? Well, lots of things, really. I'm getting old. Remember, I'm a 39-year-old man. And, grey in the beard, grey at the temples, balding. And so, I need to do something else with my time. Something a bit less, something a bit more dignified, something a bit more sort of in line with how old I am. I'm not going to be streaming, League of Legends and scary games. I'm not going to be doing that. And so, and obviously I've retired from hosting because, I'm kind of old. And it is a young person's game, and that's fine. I don't need to cling on to it too tightly. It was never my thing anyway. I was always a journalist first. So, basically, you'll remember, because I'm still investigating all this match fixing, and I've written a ton of articles. I'm going to finally finish off and polish up and get them out before New Year, hopefully. And so, obviously, I interviewed Declan Hill, who is a renowned award-winning journalist who had done all of the match-fixing coverage in football and all of the corruption around UEFA. He's known for all of his sports integrity reporting. And so when we did a podcast together, because he's started to get interested in esports, he was like saying, it's ridiculous, like all the work that you've done and the quality of it. And yet, you're still sort of treated like shit. And I went, yeah, it is. It is very weird, isn't it, Declan? Yeah, it's funny how that works. And he said, he could sort of identify with it. And, he went through similar things. If you're sort of chipping away at football, the world's most popular game, people are going to have views about that. And he basically said, let's keep in touch. And so, we did. And I've spoken at a number of conferences and things like that where, I am the integrity guy talking about esports and all of the problems we're facing, and in particular the unique problems that we're facing. Obviously, as well, in the past, I've spoken at E6 annual meeting. And he basically said, listen, how would you feel about being a teacher? And I was like, well, let's be real. Teachers are, but my views about teachers are also well established. Teachers are basically, functional alcoholics that have become embittered by their own failures in life. And, are really jaded and basically just phone it in. So I said, sounds like my natural calling. So we got talking about it. He lectures over at the University of New Haven as well. And so he put forward the recommendation, that they bring me in to do the course. And the guy over there, the dean of all of their online programming, all their online courses, basically is used to be an esports guy. He's worked in the business. And so he wanted to build some good esports courses. So, we did a very quick interview, background checks and everything. And I've actually already been involved in the classes and everything. And it's been cool. You forget, one of the things that I always like to do, and people don't really take this seriously anymore, especially in the esports business. And yeah, I know you've noticed, look, it's got a little chip in it. I'm so poor, I can't even afford cups that aren't chipped. That's a lie, of course. But the basically what I always like to do is like the mentorship aspect of this job, right? Because like back when I started in esports journalism, everybody was younger than me. I mean, in general, even in my early 20s, I was considered like old for esports and old to be doing this stuff. And so, I trained up a lot of younger guys, and I took it serious. It wasn't just like, oh, this is how you write a news article. Now write me 400. And if you fuck up once, I fire you while paying you a derisory salary, right? It wasn't like that. I gave people like on-the-job training. We went to events together. I introduced them to people. I helped with their writing, And one of the reasons why I did become jaded is that, you would do that for 3 months in some cases, and I'd put a lot of work in and take it super serious. And then the kid would just say, oh, it's not for me. And you'd be like, all right, okay, that's fine. Hey, at least at least you gave it a go. And that would be me, like, like super chipper. And then obviously what would happen is you would do that again and again and again. And then by the 12th time, some kid's like throwing in the fucking towel because they're not an overnight Hunter S. Thompson or whatever the fuck they want to be. Just fuck off then, will you? Just fuck off. You lose your patience for it. And it's like, why now? I get like emails every day and people are always like, I'm doing a course. Can I interview you for my dissertation? I used to do all of them, or at least answer all of them. And now I make a point of I answer none of them because sometimes, first of all, it's too much. I get so many of them. I don't do it. I couldn't do it. But obviously as well, it's like a lot of the time. Sometimes it's just weird and it's just like people want to talk and there is no dissertation or the questions they're asking you are fucked up or you end up essentially, would you be willing to write all of this down? Approximately 4,000 words. You're like, yeah, all right. I think I'm writing your dissertation, motherfucker, But I thought back to all the cool mentorship I'd done. The good stuff where people have gone on to have great glittering careers and we keep in touch. And I thought, it's Zoomers aren't all bad. And, listen, the course I'm doing, it's not even all Zoomers. We got boomers, we got Zoomers, we got whatever Generation X would be. Doomers, yeah, why not? No Coomers, guys. Keep it clean. But, it's been really good. And we've done a lot of, modules already that, have touched on some pretty, deep topics. We just did a module the other day. If, you can imagine what the shit libs are going to say. But, we did a module about, racism, sexism, harassment, and that sort of thing in the esports space. I pulled together a bunch of stuff and said, this is when it's really bad. This is an example of it being nailed on. If you cherry-picked only this, you would be able to make a salient argument to say it's a toxic hellhole. But what about this? And what about this? And what about this? And look at this on the other end. And look at all of these programs that are encouraging people from diverse backgrounds to get into esports and stuff like this. So, and very often, what you find is, people don't even know where to look, because we haven't archived esports history particularly well. So people need to know where to look. You need to know the thing happened in the first place. Unfortunately, I do. So it's been cool, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed talking to the class and enjoyed talking to students and seeing that they're enthusiastic. And so far, enthusiastic about me being there. No one has said, get rid of him, So it's been nice. It's easy to forget, when you're a jaded old man and a curmudgeon by nature. It's easy to forget that, there is cool stuff out there. So it's been good for me. It's been very, healthy. How dare I say it.
I let you off once before, but you still got the nerve to come back here and make trouble again.
Hey, children, what does it all mean?